Alright, I'm here to record my TBR for Black-a-thon, which is a month-long read-a-thon for the month of February. I'll link below who are the hosts and who started it, their channels and their Twitter and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited. One of my goals for 2019 is to recommit or actually commit to read-a-thons and try to push myself. I'm doing 3 this month, so you know, there'll be another video coming with my TBR for the other 2, but I want to do one just for the Black-a-thon. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the challenges and show you which books I've attached to those challenges that I'm going to try and read during the month of February. But without further ado, let's get started. Alright, challenge number 1, feel the love. Read a book, any genre, featuring romance between 2 black people or 1 black person and another person of color. I have 2 choices for this. The first one is A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. I have been wanting to read this. I read the second one in this world, or Duke by Default, in August, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And so I want to read this one. And basically it's about this woman, Naledi Smith, doesn't have time for fairy tales or patience, claiming that she's betrothed to an African prince, and Prince Thabiso is the sole heir to the throne, and at the top of the list is him getting married. And yeah, so it's interesting. The whole theme of this series is basically royalty falling in love with non-royalty, and I'm in love with that trope. I love it so much. So this is one option. The second option for this prompt is Solo by Kwame Alexander, also written with Mary Rand Hess, and essentially this is about Blade, and he never asked for a life of the rich and famous. In fact, he'd give anything to not be the son of Rutherford Morrison, a washed-up rock star and drug addict with delusions of a comeback. The one true light is his girlfriend, Chapel, but her parents have forbidden the relationship, assuming, like many, that Blade will become just like his father. And then there's some other stuff. So these are the 2 that I am contemplating for the Feel the Love challenge. In reality, I'll probably end up reading both. And there is some crossover with this one and the other read-a-thons that I'm doing. I think it pops up in like both of the other read-a-thons. But I do want to read both, especially Solo. Alright, challenge number 2 is Wakanda Forever. Read a graphic novel or comic with a black or African main character. I copped out. I recently got these as a present from my boyfriend, and they're all Black Panther. They're all Black Panthers. So I'm going to try to read at least one of them. Maybe I'll read 2. I don't like rushing through comic books, like rushing through series, because then you get to the end and it's like, okay, cool, what do I read next? So this first one is called Black Panther Shuri, and it's about his sister. Oh, okay, so in this one, T'Challa returns to Wakanda with severe injuries, and he's in a comatose state, and so Shuri has to take up the mantle. And she's the new Black Panther in this one, so that's pretty cool. And then in this one, Wakanda Forever, I've actually seen, what have I seen? I've seen like screenshots of this. It also features Spider-Man, which is really cool. And yeah, it features Spider-Man, and it focuses on the Dora Milaje, which is the Monarch's like super female-based security team. And I'm super excited about that because I was absolutely in love with the Dora Milaje when I saw Black Panther. So that's this one. And then we have the series Black Panther. This is number 4. Avengers of the New World Part 1, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who I adore his writing, so I'm super excited for this one. I have book 1 and I have volume 1 and 2 of this same series. I don't have volume 3, I need to get on that. But this is like another section. Like, it's broken into trilogies, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily need to finish 3 to start this one, but yeah. The third prompt is called Hear Us, and it is essentially any work by a Black or African author. And for this one, I picked Monday's Not Coming. I recently acquired this month, and I have been seeing it for a couple months, and for some reason I was like, I'm gonna wait until it's in paperback, but no. And it's essentially about this girl named Monday. Her best friend, whose name is Claudia, her best friend Claudia notices that Monday didn't come to school that week and hasn't been to school for 2 weeks, and no one seems to notice that her best friend hasn't arrived at school. No one seems concerned, and she goes to her mother, Monday's mother and Monday's sister, and they just are acting really sketchy about it. So she tries to embark and figure out what happened to her best friend. It is also kind of paying homage to, it was last year, just how many Black girls around the country are missing, and no one seems to care about that. And I'm really excited to see how this author, this is by Tiffany D. Jackson, how this author deals with that topic. The fourth prompt is not book related, it's called Feel the Beat, and so they, on their Twitter page, they listed 4 different links to spoken word, and for that challenge you're supposed to listen to the spoken word and interact with other people who are participating in the Black-a-thon, read-a-thon, and just talk about it. So I have no book for that because there's no book needed. The fifth prompt is called More Than a Color, and it reads, we house complexity within us. Read a book starring intersectional Black character, Black and LGBT, Black and neurodivergent, Black and disabled, etc. And I went for Black Enough, edited by Evie Zaboy, who wrote American House, which I need to read, and also Pride, which just came out, which is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. But this one houses a collection of writings by a very diverse cast of Black authors, and I was really excited when I saw that this was coming out, and it just is definitely going to cover this. So the inside says, Black is sisters navigating their relationship at summer camp in Portland, Oregon, as written by Renee Watson. Black is 3 friends walking back from the community pool talking about nothing and everything, and a story by Jason Reynolds. Black is Nick Stone's bougie debutante dating a boy her mama would never approve of. Black is 2 girls kissing and Justina Ireland's story set in Maryland. Black is urban and rural, wealthy and poor, mixed race, immigrants, and more, because there are countless ways to be Black enough. And it is an essential collection of captivating coming-of-age stories about what it's like to be young and Black in America. I'm so hyped for this. I'll probably start it exactly on February 1st just to devour it. But yeah, isn't it so pretty? Isn't it just, I mean, where is it? And like the back, and it's like a really like nice bright yellow, which is unexpected a little bit, but I love it. Alright, and the 6th and last prompt is called In This Together, and it's essentially to read the group book, which is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I put off reading this book by a month. I got this book and wanted to read it in the month of January, but then I found out that the Black-a-thon, read-a-thon was happening, and that this was the group book, and so I was like, I will wait a month to read this, and so I'm probably going to read it. It tells the story of Xiomara Batista. She lives in Harlem. She feels unheard. I believe she's Afro-Latinx. Yeah, and she's just dealing with her, just like her personality, her sexuality, but also dealing with her mother and her religion and her beliefs and things like that. But the cool thing, besides it just being a cool premise, is that it's told entirely in verse, because she writes poetry and spoken word. So that is how the entire story is told. I'm so excited to read this. This is probably another one that I'll read maybe at the top of February. I'm trying to pace myself so I don't read all of the Black-a-thon books in the beginning of the month, but we will see what happens. Alright, that's it for my TBR for Black-a-thon. Once again, if you saw my previous video, which was my February TBR, they are separate but the same. So I have like 4 different TBRs for the month of February, 3 for the read-a-thons I'm participating in, and then 1 that's just a general read, like I just want to read these books in the month of February. So it's a very ambitious month, but you should definitely be participating in Black-a-thon. If you are, make sure to put the books you're planning on reading down below in the comments so that I can check them out. Maybe I'll switch out a book, maybe I'll add books to prompts, because like, why not? If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. You can check me out on all of my social media, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!